I just finished a very long project, which was to remodel my sunroom. And in the remodel, I installed some vinyl plank flooring. And it's similar to Pergo, only it's 100% waterproof. And I needed that because the sunroom is where the dogs come in and out quite often. So a lot of times it's wet, damp, and there was carpet in there, and it was always just nasty. So we went with this. And when I finished, I had a lot of extra pieces, just partial pieces that I had to cut in order to put down the floor, and I wasn't sure what to do with it. And I was carrying around a sample for a couple days, moving it around the house, just to see if I could, just holding it just to see what I could do with it. And I ended up just using it as a cup holder for a while I was thinking about it, which is when I then realized I should actually make cup holders. So I had to make a jig in order to cut these, because if I was to use a normal hole saw, well, there'd be a nice little hole in the middle, which wouldn't work too well for cup holders. So this video is actually about how I made this. It's a simple jig, and it is used to insert some scrap pieces and then use a hole saw without the center drill bit into there to cut out the coasters. So if you're interested in seeing how I built this, stick around. Guess it's through. Step one, complete. Okay, I need to keep about a 1/4 inch relief around the outsides of the hole, and that's because this flooring has these tongue and groove that I don't want as part of the coaster. So I just have to make sure I count that it can slide far enough in so that I don't get that in there. Okay, so I need 1.25 inches and 1 inch. Now I want to make sure I leave a gap in here for some sawdust or rubber dust or whatever the heck it's called. All right. Now I'm not gonna use my drill press for this because what I found out when I was drilling my sample piece was that the vinyl tends to really stick to the teeth on the hole saw. And even at the lowest speed, my drill press just bogs down and stops. So I'm gonna actually use my hand drill, which is sadly far more powerful than my drill press. Okay, so again, I'm using the jig so I don't get that center hole while I'm cutting these out. So I have to remove that center bit from my hole saw. And I'm just going to remove the set screw all the way because I have a feeling it's going to fall out. Okay. Okay, that stuff is really sticky. Screwdriver. All right, well, that looks pretty good. Just gotta clean up the edges with some sandpaper. And I think we're in business. So after doing this a few times, I've noticed that it always catches when it's almost through. And I think it's because there's actually string in the very lower layer of this stuff. And I think the string catches the teeth on the hole saw. So I found if I hold my drill as I usually do, like this, when it catches, it really wrenches my wrist. But if I hold the drill like this, it pulls. It doesn't twist my wrist as much. So if you're going to be doing this, I would suggest holding your drill to the side. I guess you would call it gangster style, instead of the normal pistol grip hold. And one more tip on these things. When you drill the first one in the end, don't cut that off. Flip it around and start going from the other side, because this is a really good handle to pull it out, because a lot of times there's going to be little pieces that are pushed up that catch. So it just makes it a little easier to yank it out. So from just two scrap pieces, weren't even full length, either one of them, I got a lot of coasters. For some reason I was thinking I wouldn't get nearly as many out of each. So now I have no idea what I'm going to do with all these coasters. And I still have about 8 more scrap boards left. I'm going to sand these up. I'm going to wait on drilling any more out for now until I figure out what I'm going to do with this first batch.